What is going on, crypto family? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. And on today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about yet another Roaring Kitty success story where someone turned $7,000, guys, into $59,000. That's another huge win, in my opinion. So we're going to go over this trade and also giving you guys the psychology behind why I think this person actually sold. So make sure you do me a huge favor, guys. Smash that like button. Consider subscribing. Definitely love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinion about today's video. Like I always tell you guys, like the charts could reveal psychology, in my opinion, within a trade. Because if you take a look at just their buying pattern, they've been buying Roar ever since last year, and they were buying it coming off of this dip right here. I want to say they even bought it like before it had this little run up as well too, because some of these buys are reflected somewhere over here. But the overall pattern of what you're seeing is just buys, 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 just buying the dip as you should, especially after a asset just had a huge parabolic run up. Because if you understand CTOs, or true CTO, I should say, you know that it is going to eventually bounce, and during that bounce period is where you're going to be able to see huge amount of gains. So that's exactly what they did. So they built up the $7,000 position. It went all the way here, and this is where I think typically people start to fall in love with their P&L, and they're not invested as far as into the chart, just to being able to trade the chart and not trade their P&L. Anytime that you're just trading your profits of seeing how much you're up by, you are going to end up making costly mistake. And I still think even after cashing out $59,000, they made a costly mistake, and I'm going to go over that with you in this video as well too. But if you continue to keep looking, they bought here, on this run up because they're getting excited. They're seeing their P&L going up, going up, going up, and they try to buy the dip. Notice around this period, they just stopped from buying Roar altogether. And what they started thinking in their mind, and this is typically what you see, they remember how much they were up over here. And in their mind, they're thinking like, God, Jesus, please, please, please allow this asset to get back to where it's at. Because as soon as it gets back to where it's at, I'm going to cash out. I'm going to, dip. And I'm just going to, do whatever. And this is exactly what we did. We seen them buy, some more over here, some more over here. But as soon as they got back to where they initially saw where their P&L was at, they're like, you know what? Let me not play around. Let me go ahead and cash out, because they have the fear of making none, guys. That's a real thing. People have FOMO, fear of missing out, but people also have the fear of making none, meaning that they're so scared that they're going to lose out on the opportunity of making these big gains. And again, if you're trading based upon emotion, which fear is an emotion, then you are gonna ultimately lose, because not even 24 hours after I made this video, guys, just explaining the proper way to be able to cash out. I made this video that says Roaring Kitty Whales, how to sell your roar for millions, right? They did the opposite, the total opposite of what I warned in that video, which is not to try to sell based upon the liquidity pool, or else you're going to be able, or else you're going to lose out big as far as on profits. So with them selling, they lost close to about $30,000, guys. I did the calculation, $30,000, because they just sold on the liquidity pool. And of course, when they sell on the liquidity pool, you see this big red candle, big red dump, because you are going to get hit with price impact. I mean, guys, you cashed out. Yeah, some people might like, well, he still cashed out with $59,000, but they were up like over 80 something thousand dollars, guys. Like, I don't know about you. If this is my money, or my bag, I do not want to almost lose half of it due to the fact that, I didn't take the time just to listen to this video or even just practice some of the stuff in this video. But it is what it is. People are going to come, people are going to buy, they're going to sell, they're going to do what they feel like is best for them. But at the end of the day, congrats. It is a huge win. Not a lot of people are saying that they're in an asset and they're making this type of money, guys. Again, Roaring Kitty has been that outlier where it is printing, not yet millionaires, but it is printing profits for a lot of people and huge gains. And the best thing about it, guys, the only thing you have to do whenever you buy a Roaring Kitty, you have to raid, you have to shill. And this person, based upon what I was seeing within their wallet, they also own the Roaring Kitty NFT. So that lets me know that they were locked in into the Telegram. They probably was raiding, they probably was shilling as well too. So it's definitely a good sign. And I'm never gonna be mad or upset if someone sells their bag, because again, Roaring Kitty is designed to, after a sell off, especially a big sell off, for it to start bouncing. And one good thing too, that I'm noticing, especially within the TA. So I do have the line chart just pulled up right here. So as you could see, where Roaring Kitty is coming at, because remember I stated that the penny mark was an area of resistance, right? Penny mark was the area of resistance, but look where Roaring Kitty like blew past. Like during this little run up, it blew past the penny mark. Because it blew past the penny mark, what we're currently seeing is now a retest, and this is where things really start to get fun, in my opinion. As long as we're able to hold this area of resistance, and you could actually point it out from right here to even right here, as long as Roaring Kitty is able to hold that and possibly have nice consolidation, having an inch up, kind of like how we seen this consolidation over here when it was around that resistance area, then eventually we're going to see a big blow by past our all-time highs. And this is when, again, things are going to get really exciting, really fun. Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, yes, they made $59,000. And yes, they left another, what, 30,000 on the table. But ultimately, like when you just factor everything in, especially if you believe where Roaring Kitty is going, they left millions of dollars, on the table. Millions of dollars on the table, and it is gonna be pretty hard, especially if they're gonna try to rebuy it in or something like that. I don't think they would, and I don't think, I mean, again, you do what you want to do with your own back, but I don't think they, because I did see that they started buying back a little bit the other day, like maybe what 20-30 minutes after they sold, they started trying to rebuy it in, which to me didn't make sense. Um, because then you also got to factor in taxes, because again, if they're in the US, or wherever country that they're in, if they do have to pay a crypto tax, that's more money, guys. Again, this is why I say like the whole 30, like them losing $30,000 based upon doing this clip sell onto the chart. Like they're gonna have to, if you're gonna put this in your bank account, you're gonna have to prove how were you able to make this money to the government. And once they start factoring in how much the token is, then plus the taxes, like there is so many other factors that people don't even consider. But again, if I'm gonna pay taxes, it's gonna be worth it, in my opinion. It's gonna be worth it, and I'm gonna be up millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, just to be able to pay those taxes. But really, guys, that is all that I have for you today. The TA again is looking pretty nice. Hopefully we get a hold. Then following the hold, we get this nice test, during the all-time highs, then blow past all-time highs, and off to the races we go. But let me know though in the comment down below your thoughts, your opinion about all this. Random Arts guys signing off.